The article also gives us some history on the Nation of Islam and the initiatives to acquire land. In 1960, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had an ad in Muhammad Speaks that said, "We want to lease 1 million acres of land." And thousands of acres of land were bought in Georgia, Alabama, and 20,000 acres in Honduras. The minister said this was because he wanted to produce a sustainable agricultural program that would give us health, maintain our health, and sustain us in a proper way. The supreme wisdom teaches us that we must qualify ourselves for positions waiting. So even though we don't have the know-how and level of farming on thousands of acres of land, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan suggested that we start gardening and setting up what is called hoop houses. And I'll explain that later. So by utilizing spaces in the cities that are vacant to combat food deserts that are impacting the quality of health in Black communities. He said, "We have these food deserts because there is no adequate supermarkets bringing us whole foods, organically grown foods, so that we are living in the midst of death in the sense that fast food and restaurants are not producing the best in quality of food and even the way that they cook the food." Right. These hoop houses, by definition, protect plants from weather extremes like hot sun, wind, and storms. They help prevent many diseases and pest infestations and enhance the quality and yield of specific crops. So doing that would almost eliminate the need for chemical pesticides that are poisoning the food and almost make it devoid of its nutrients. So these hoop houses and gardening are currently being used in a way to get away from the high cost of food and the denatured food being produced in supermarkets. Right. In this article, while we must produce our food and control our food sources, in 2010, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke on meeting a young man named Mr. Will Allen, who has gotten many awards and accolades for the work that he did in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was a former pro basketball player turned urban farming pioneer who founded Growing Power, a nonprofit in Milwaukee in 1993. He developed over 100 sites across vacant lots and farms, often atop concrete, paired with composting system and producing clean soil and food regardless of urban soil contamination, which is what we face in a lot of these urban communities. At its peak, Growing Power maintained more than 100 hoop houses covering multiple acres in Milwaukee and Chicago, serving as practical training grounds for local youth and food insecure communities. Will Allen was even invited by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to his farm in Michigan. The minister expressed his hope for the laborers in the Nation of Islam from across the country to learn how to do these hoop houses, then bring it back to their cities and produce this good food and fish if they desire to eat it, that they may be able to correct health problems, maintain a healthy life, if they eat good food and eat it at the proper time. And this is the root of how to eat to live. In closing, in order for us to do the will of God and accumulate success and progress as a collective, we have to put emphasis on prolonging our lives in the best manner, including the health and longevity of our people. Think of all the great leaders whose lives were cut short, and if they had been given more time among us, how much more impact and progress we could have had. And we know this is true because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is now 92 years old and has given us 70 years of service to Allah and his people, positively impacting those around the world. And because of his obedience to Allah, Allah has truly preserved his life. And when he last spoke in 2024 at Savior's Day, he said, "I wear gold today because with every wrap of that gold, He, Allah, is purifying my soul to make the speech of my life at 90 years of age." The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is now 92 and is only ascending to a higher state of being over time.
That's right.
So we that follow him must preserve the life that we have been given, taking care of the body, the mind, and the spirit. For the time we have been given is not only for us to use for our benefit alone. I truly believe that if we honor the life that we have been given and strive hard to live in the best manner, Allah, entrusting us, will grant us of his gifts, therefore elevating us to a higher state of existence. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it perfectly, that while you are coming to life, the greatest life is that Allah God comes to share with us his mind. Thank you so much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.